Hit the like, boy.
I need 50. 50 likes. I need 50 likes.
50 likes. I need 50 likes. I need 50 likes.
Yeah.
Running back Philly is in the building.
Yeah. We're here. We are here. Run it back Philly. No frauds. No fanboys. Never had an intro. Keep getting these comments about an intro, bro. I don't get it, man. I have no idea what you're talking about. They're like, bro, you keep saying you don't have an intro, and I'm pretty sure that was an intro. And I can't figure it out. I watch them back sometimes. I go back through the streams, and I just still don't know what you're talking about. This Philadelphia 76ers start the season 0-1 with a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. And look, I'm not going to talk about the officials in this stream. This is a stream where we are going to talk about why the Sixers lost, what they did wrong, things that I liked, things that I think they did right. And then we're going to listen to the calls. We're going to listen to the messages that you guys left on the hotline after last night's game. And I think there's some good ones right there, bro. I think there's some good ones right there. Shout out to everybody in here. Shout out to the members of the channel. A, what's good? RJ7 Deuce, what's good? Dan Kipoletti, did I say that right? What's good? Kelly Oubre was electric last night. I agree. Kelly Oubre for the Sixers starting lineup. Not sure yet. And let's go. Another season of foolishness. Yeah. Another season of foolishness has begun. It has started, and it's here. It's here now. It's here now, and we're ready for it. We're ready to be hurt. Okay, look. Here's what really happened. Aside from the officials putting the nail in the coffin at the end of the game and throughout a lot of the game, and Damian Lillard having 17 free throws and probably 10 of them being just ridiculous flops, the Sixers beat themselves realistically. When you rewatch the game, the Sixers beat themselves in this game. Okay. Well, first of all, we lost by 1 point, and we missed 7 free throws. And, the Sixers are usually a good free throw shooting team. There's not a lot of horrendous free throw shooters on the team. Joel's a good free throw shooter. Maxey's a good free throw shooter. And we lost by 1 because DeAnthony Melton banked in a 3 at the buzzer. So really lost by 4, whatever. Either way, if you make some more of those free throws, you have a better chance at winning the game. So there's that. Also, I think something that stood out that nobody's really talking about is that we gave up 9 offensive rebounds, and that was annoying. And part of that is, sadly, the fact that PJ Tucker is 6'5". Sometimes it was Joel Embiid just stopping, not giving 100% effort on the second chance points. Like he would stop Giannis, at the rim and then just let him get his own rebound and put it back in. I'm going to say Joel Embiid cost us the game. I mean, that is what it is. But again, Joel Embiid's not going to be in MVP form until about a month into the season. It's just the way it goes. He can't really train in the offseason. He rehabs all offseason. He comes into the season, and he looks like he looks right now, which is he looks like he sat around and did nothing all offseason, and that's exactly what happened. And part of it is because he's 7'2", 285, and I don't think he can train in the offseason, you know? I think there's a lot of rest and recovery and rehab in the offseason for Joel Embiid, and this is just what we have to deal with. But the where we lost the game within the margins in the second chance points, offensive rebounds, bad late turnovers, it was on Joel Embiid, really. There was a run definitely where the officials took over the game, but in the grand scheme of things, we had a chance to win. We had a chance to expand the lead that we had at the end of the game a couple of times, and we just failed to do that on the offensive side of the ball, and we gave them too many chances on the other side, especially, second chance points. We gave up 9 offensive rebounds. You see right here, second chance points, 12-3. So, second chance points are what? Rebounds, right? Around the rim. So on our side of the ball, we weren't getting any second chance points, which tells you Joel or whoever was putting up a shot, and nobody was really hustling for offensive boards. So we put 3 second chance points in that column, and on the other end, we give up 12 second chance points. So you lose a game by 1, you gave up 12 second chance points. Literally one of those times, if you would have grabbed a board instead of letting Giannis put back his own miss, we had a chance to win the game. So that's one of the biggest parts for me is the fact that Joel Embiid's out of shape, the clear lack of effort in certain instances, and the second chance points, and the missed free throws. Killed you. But there is very real reason to feel good about what happened last night. You know what I'm saying? The Sixers were supposed to be, without James Harden, you're not even making the playoffs. You know what I mean? Without James Harden this, without James Harden that. And Tyrese Maxey goes out there and does what he did, and we go down to the wire with a team that is supposed to be absolutely untouchable. Oh my God, they added Damian Lillard. How's anybody in the NBA going to stop them? The narrative that is around the Milwaukee Bucks right now, combined with the narrative that is around the Philadelphia 76ers right now, we should have lost the game by 30. You know what I mean? That is what it is. We should have lost the game by 30. If all the narratives are correct, we should have lost the game by 30. So I'm not scared of the Bucks. I'm not scared of the Celtics. And I have a lot more faith in this Sixers team than I think a lot of other people have. And I'll say it again. I think you might be better without James Harden, man. I'm sorry, man. You might be better. You might be better without James, dude. You might be. Hey, Aunt C, what's going on, my guy? Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. A says, I can't believe I just heard DJ admit that Embiid cost the Sixers the game. Yeah, I mean, what do you mean? I said that in the playoffs in Game 6 and Game 7. I was mad at James Harden, but a lot of it, I was over Joel Embiid last year. I'm tired of seeing the lack of effort. I'm tired of seeing you fall short in the playoffs. I don't care about the MVP anymore. I don't care about leading the league in scoring. I don't care about dropping 55 points on the Atlanta Hawks on a Tuesday night in November. I don't care anymore. Get it done. But I know that Joel will come back into game shape, in a couple of weeks. But right now, he looks like what he looks like, and we should have expected that. That's the thing. People are still freaking out. I told you to expect it. People are, Joel looks out of shape. This is ridiculous. I'm like, this is what happens every year. He takes a month and a half to get into game shape. It's like, it's like Ben Roethlisberger the last couple of years of his career. Dude did nothing all off season, would come back into the season fat, face barely fit inside the helmet, and then he would the Steelers would start 0-6, and then he would be in shape and they would start winning. You know what I mean? That was just a random comparison. All right, so end of the game, man. What did we do wrong? End of the game. Here's what we did wrong, okay? It was a 3-point game going into the fourth quarter. The Philadelphia 76ers were up by 8 points with 6 minutes left. And we have seen this all too many times as Sixers fans. The inevitable collapse, right? We were up by 8 with 6 minutes left, and I'm on stream, and I'm just thinking, like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, they're not going to win this game. They're going to collapse, right? And so with 6 minutes left, the Milwaukee Bucks go on a 13-2 run, and here's what happened. Up 8 with 6 minutes left, Joel Embiid shoots a mid-range jumper. I mean, if he hits that, you go up 10. Maybe the game's differently, but he missed it. Gave up a bucket on the other end, comes back down, misses another mid-range jumper. On the very next possession for the Bucks, Joel Embiid stands in the paint, does not move at all, and leaves Brook Lopez absolutely wide open from three. I mean, Joel just stayed in the paint. Brook Lopez ran out to the three-point line. Joel stood there. He pointed at him. He told somebody else to go guard him, I guess. But, you know, Brook Lopez wide open three, splash. Then down on our end, Kelly Oubre drives baseline, which you probably don't want happening in the game in crunch time because he's a turnover machine. I love Kelly Oubre. I love what he did, but you don't want him making decisions in crunch time. He drives baseline, kicks it back to Joel, who tries to make a volleyball pass for some reason. Tries to tip it to the top of the key, and he throws it right to the defense. So 2 missed jumpers, leaves Brook Lopez wide open on the other end, and then turns the ball over again, and Jay Crowder hits a 3 right after that. Come back down, Joel Embiid shoots a 3, misses it. So that sequence, that Joel Embiid sequence, when we were up by 8 with 6 minutes left, was a killer. You know, Joel really kind of put the Bucks on a 13-2 run all by himself. Giannis then catches his own air ball, and Damian Lillard shoots a 3. The officials say it slipped out of his hand, so he's allowed to travel, I guess. That was crucial. Very next possession, Embiid has a terrible drive on the left side on Lopez and just throws the ball off the glass with his left hand and yells for a foul call. That was a horrible call. Giannis then goes full court end to end and finishes on the other end and gets an and one. That's the Bucks 13-2 run that really put us away. Joel Embiid and the Sixers put themselves away in that 13-2 run right there when they were up by 8 minutes, when they were up by 8 points with 6 minutes left. That's what really ended the game. Then the officials and the NBA were like, okay, the Sixers blew it. We got what we wanted. Now let's put the nail in the coffin. And you get Jay Crowder flops on a screen and gets a moving screen call, one of the most ridiculous flops around a screen I've ever seen. Very next possession, Damian Lillard jumps sideways, which is, first of all, a travel. Okay, he picks up the ball, 2 feet planted, takes a step to his right, and hops over to his right. It's 3 steps. It's a travel. He travels, jumps sideways. They call a foul on Kelly Oubre, and he gets 3 free throws. So Crowder flops around a screen. Dame comes down, takes a 3-step hop to his right after picking up the ball, and gets 3 free throws out of it. What else? Embiid gets fouled on the other end. The Bucks challenge it. The referees say, yeah, he got fouled, but he didn't get fouled hard enough, so it's a no call. Even Jeff Van Gundy or Stan Van Gundy, whichever one is on the broadcast, says out loud, that's a horrible call. So they review it. You see Brook Lopez's like arm on his side as he's shooting the ball, and they decide that they can now call fouls or not, or uncall fouls whenever they want to. So the officials said after review, it was deemed marginal contact, and is therefore not a foul, which is just crazy to me. After the review, we decided that he did foul Joel Embiid, but he didn't foul him hard enough for us to care. So it's not a foul. And they just gave the Bucks the ball. They didn't do a jump ball. Sixers didn't get it on the inbound. They just gave the Bucks the ball. How is that? I can't figure that one out. And then Dame drives on the other end, gets an and one, and I turned off the replay of the game after that because it was over. There was 3 minutes left. I didn't watch the last 3 minutes because why would I? So that's what happened. Okay. We left Brook Lopez wide open for three about 9 times. That's annoying. You know, if we could maybe guard, Brook Lopez outside the 3-point line, that would be nice. That's on Joel Embiid. That'll pick up as the season goes on. But in this game, Joel's in the beginning of the season, after just rehabbing all offseason, Joel Embiid's not going to rush out to the 3-point line. He's going to stand there in the paint. And Brook Lopez is a very good 3-point shooter. And if you let him just run out to the 3-point line and nobody follows him, he's going to shoot the ball and he's going to make a lot of threes. Bobby freaking Portis was cooking Embiid in the first quarter, in the first half, getting offensive rebounds, just finishing right over him. Bobby Portis was making Embiid look like not an MVP candidate. So there's all my reasons why we actually lost the game. And I hated the officials at the end, but once I rewatched it, you got to still be a little bit more pissed off about what the Sixers did in that last 6 minutes than really how the officials put the nail in the coffin. Because were we going to come back? Were we going to come back from that 13-2 run that they went on anyway? Probably not. So you know what? At the end of the day, thank you, officials, for ending the game because it was over. I'll tell you this. It's Tyrese Maxey season. And Tyrese Maxey, 2022, 23, 24, what year is it? 2023, 24, debut, game 1, drops 31 points and has 8 assists. And I just loved every second of it. I love it because all off season, Tyrese Maxey's not the guy. Tyrese Maxey's not a number 2. Tyrese Maxey's nice player, but he'll never be a star. All these people with the damn crystal ball that just want to try to predict the future and be negative for no reason. Tyrese Maxey can't pass the ball. 31 points and 8 assists. Also this, the Harden stand base, Without Harden, Tyrese Maxey's nothing. Or James Harden is the reason Tyrese averaged 20 points per game last season because Maxey feeds off of Harden and all of these things. And I think Maxey did feed off of Harden, but Maxey is supposed to not be able to score 31 points in a game against the Bucks without James Harden, according to this fan base. And Tyrese Maxey goes out there and gives you 31 and 8. Yeah. ISO'd Damian Lillard a couple of times and gave him a little shimmy, a step back 3. I mean, Tyrese Maxey was looking like he's here now. And I don't want to overreact to one game, but Tyrese Maxey was looking like he's here now. He's an NBA star. He's the number 1, number 2 on this team next to Joel. If Harden ever shows up, I don't know what to expect, but Maxey has arrived. And I expect this type of performance to continue the entire season. I'm not saying Maxey's going to average 31, but there's no reason for him to not average 25. Straight up. Maxey is here. And even in crunch time, when shit got chippy, in a 102-102 game, Joel hit Maxey on a cut to the rim, and he finished in amongst the trees in between Brook Lopez and Giannis. Huge finish, clutch bucket to put us up 104-102. I think down the stretch, I would have actually liked to see a lot more Maxey handling the ball, making decisions versus Joel Embiid taking jump shots. You know, and as the season goes on, that maybe is something that happens. I know Nick Nurse is a big film review guy. Nick Nurse is a big adjustment guy. We saw a lot of adjustments in this game. Just in this game. Doc Rivers had a game plan. He would stick with the game plan. If the game plan wasn't working, he didn't give a shit. Nick Nurse, you know, a lot of adjustments throughout the game, and I expect them to watch the film here. And outside of what the officials did at the end of the game, that 13-2 run that the Bucks went on because Joel Embiid started chucking up jump shots and not playing defense was really what put us away. And I hope they look at that, and I hope Nurse says, hey, look, man, down in the fourth quarter in crunch time, we need to run a half-court offense, and we need more Maxey Embiid pick and roll, dribble handoff, more Maxey Embiid two-man game, less hero ball, Joel. You know what I mean? Especially the first couple weeks of the season when you're going to look like you weigh 350 pounds and you can't move. That's what I'm talking about. A says, when is Maxey's defense going to take the next big step? Damn, bro. Does the guy have to be Michael Jordan in his prime? A, come on, man. Some guys are offensive players. Is Steph Curry a defender? Is Damian Lillard a defender? Is Ja Morant a defender? Some guys are just offensive players, bro. I don't think anybody is coming into the season saying Tyrese Maxey needs to be an elite defender. PJ Tucker. Let's talk about PJ Tucker, bro. I love PJ Tucker as a personality and as an effort guy. And he plays such hard defense, especially on Giannis. And it is fun to watch. And it's fun. It's good from a hypothetical standpoint. Like, you got to put PJ on Giannis because he plays him hard. But the reality of the situation is that PJ Tucker is 6'5", dude. That's the reality of the situation. I don't care how hard he plays. I don't care how passionate he is, how much of a dog he is, whatever else it is. He's 6'5". When you're 6'5" and you're guarding 6'11" Giannis Antetokounmpo, you're going to give up a bunch of offensive rebounds. You're going to give up a bunch of buckets around the rim. I just don't want the Sixers anymore to be playing basketball with a 6'5" power forward. I watched it for 2 years now under Doc Rivers? Or was PJ's first year last year? Either way, he would play Niang at power forward. He would play PJ and Niang together. Doc was insane with the lack of athleticism on the floor, but I don't think we can do this PJ Tucker thing all season, man. I don't. I love him. I think he's fun. I think he's a good guy to have in your locker room. But I just don't think he can be your starting power forward trying to guard Giannis Antetokounmpo on a basketball court. And he plays him hard, and I love it. But we need something else there. And PJ Tucker, 3 years, $33 million is maybe the worst signing that Daryl Morey has made in his tenure here by a hair. By a hair. But it's not a good one. Harden took a pay cut to get PJ Tucker. We were like 37 years old. You're really going to give him that contract? Nobody else in the NBA was paying that for somebody that's 37, and you're seeing why. More so on the offensive side than the defensive side. PJ Tucker put up a goose egg. It's what he does. And he can't make a shot anymore. And again, there was a rumor that he was going to retire before he signed that contract because he told somebody that his legs are cooked. He told somebody, I can't shoot anymore. And you're seeing it. He can't shoot anymore, man. He can't make a three. This was the best corner three-point shooter in the NBA for a couple seasons in a row. And he can't make a three anymore. He airballed one of them yesterday. He shanked another one off the side of the rim. I mean, we can't have 0 and D guys. We did that with Ben Simmons for how long? Oh, he's a great defender. Yeah, he can't do anything on the offensive end, but he's a great defender. He's a great defender. Stop with this. We did the Matisse Thybulle thing. I'm tired of this. Defenders that give you nothing on the other side of the floor. It's a two-way game. Every team has two-way players. Enough with this, man. Enough with this. Should you start Kelly Oubre? I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I liked Kelly Oubre off the bench, man. I liked Kelly Oubre off the bench. Kelly Oubre, at least in this game, if I had to assess the preseason and just the first game of the season, Kelly Oubre is the wing that the Sixers have needed for years. And he was really creating too. You know what I mean? Kelly Oubre is not just like a catch and shoot guy or a guy that'll drop 27 when his shots fall in or anything like that. Like, he was creating offense. And I didn't really know he had that in his game. You know, both times he came in the first half, the Sixers were down. Sixers were down almost 20 in the first half. Don't forget that they were down by 19 points when Kelly Oubre came in the first time or the second time. I don't remember, but he brought a spark off the bench that we desperately needed, because I was like, okay, Joel's getting shut down. He looks out of shape. Tyrese Maxey wasn't doing a whole lot in the first quarter. And I was like, what else do we really have as far as creating something? And Kelly Oubre came in the game and started creating stuff, getting in the lane, shooting mid-range jumpers, getting to the foul line, making things happen. So I don't know, man. I don't know if you start Kelly Oubre, because then who's the spark off the bench? You know what I mean? I think I like Kelly Oubre off the bench. At least in this game, I liked Kelly Oubre off the bench. But what do you do in the starting lineup if you want to move PJ Tucker to the bench? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answer. Kelly Oubre had some bad turnovers, but that's just Kelly Oubre. You know, like I said, you don't want him to be the one dribbling the basketball in crunch time, driving baseline, trying to pass the ball back to Embiid. That ain't going to work. What else I got to talk about, man? Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris was really fitting in and finding his spots. I think he looked more comfortable in this game than I've seen him look in the Sixers offense in a long time. And maybe that's a Nick Nurse effect. Maybe that's really putting players in the right positions and taking advantage of each player's individual skill sets. We'll see as the season continues, you know, but I liked what I saw from Tobias Harris for the most part. I don't think he was forcing too much. I think he was just finding his shots and going with the flow. And maybe Nick Nurse fixed Tobias Harris, man. Who knows? Patrick Beverley had some fun runs, I guess. Pulled the chair out on Giannis one time. That was cool. I don't know. This roster is going to need a couple more players that can really affect the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there's enough players that can really affect the game on this roster. But we will see. You know, that's the thing. Kelly Oubre scored 27 last night, and it's like we were in so many situations where we desperately needed something, and Kelly Oubre came through. But how much is that going to happen throughout the entire season? You know what I mean? You can't really rely on Kelly Oubre to save your season, can you? That's all I'm saying. Like, if you're relying on 27 from Oubre, you're asking a lot. And Paul Reed kind of struggled to find a role. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the backup center position. I don't know. Paul Reed kind of struggled to find a role. Some bad fouls. And there was a point in the game where PJ Tucker and Patrick Beverley were yelling at Paul Reed on the bench. Got allergies right now. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We got some people that called the show last night, and we're gonna listen to the calls, and we are going to react to the calls now. I was gonna if we start to get there's 31 voicemails. I was going to say if we start to get too many, I'll just have to pick out the best ones and react to them, but there's 31 of them. So I'm gonna react to the ones that are a decent like time stamp. There's one that's 5 minutes long. Whoever that was, I apologize, but we just can't really listen to a 5-minute call on the show. Yeah, we'll listen to all the ones that are decent, that are a decent time or decent length, and we'll just react to it. So here we go. We got Eric on the line.
Run it back. I'm watching your YouTube thing. I'm glad you called the NBA out, National Bullshit Association. And all the missed calls they did, even the foul when Embiid hit the floor, they didn't call. Even the foul when Giannis charged into him, and they both went down. Embiid trying to brace himself as well as hold on to Giannis. They called against Embiid. This is just officiating is fucking horrible. Let's call it what it is. It's horrible. This is Blizz 23.
All right, man. He just wanted to call in and say the officiating was horrible. I agree with that. The officiating was horrible. Again, though, once I rewatched the game, the Sixers are the ones that killed themselves in the fourth quarter, up by 8 with 6 minutes left, and let the Bucks go on a 13-2 run. And a large part of it was Joel Embiid taking bad shots and not playing defense on the other end, and turnovers and things like that. Definitely not disagreeing with you about the officials, though. They were bad. All right, here we go. Here's another one.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, run it back. Listen, my question to you is the Sixers game. Lovely game. They fought. They showed tenacity. Now, here's my question. You may not want to hear the name, but it's about James Harden.
Nope. Love you. Thank you for the call. Love you. Thank you for the call. Not doing it. Not doing it. We're talking about the Sixers game. We're not talking about that fraud. Nope. If he comes back, he comes back. If he doesn't come back, he doesn't come back. I don't give a shit about that guy. We're talking about the Sixers team. That's what we're talking about.
Maybe Maxey at the 2, Patrick Bev at the 1.
Oh, what did I miss? Hold on. Here we go. I got to start this one over.
And we got Kelly Oubre, Harris, and...
Why is it at the end, bro? Come on, man. Start from the beginning.
Here, running back Philly. I appreciate all the contact you make, man. I'm one of your followers, bro. Calling from Allentown, PA.
Shout out to
I was just out there in Philly, went to the Wells Fargo Center for the preseason game versus Atlanta Hawks that we won. And it felt really good to be back in the city. It's been a while. But anyways, just want to say something real quick. Kelly Oubre, he's going to be the man this year. He is going to be the man this year, man. And why the hell is P.J. Tucker, why is he starting? Why is he starting? This guy is a flop. He's a fraud. Please. They need to replace P.J. Tucker with Kelly Oubre. Let's put Patrick Bev and Maxey. Maybe Maxey at the 2, Patrick Bev at the 1. And we got Kelly Oubre, Harris, and Embiid, of course. I think that's a pretty good start right there. Melton could come right off the bench. PJ, if he has to come off the bench, maybe get 30 seconds back on the bench, please. And,
Patrick Beverley starting point guard. Oh, no, man.
Be the man this year. Hell is PJ Tucker. Why? This guy is a flop. Tucker with Kelly Oubre, Maxey. Maybe Maxey at the 2, Patrick Bev at the 1. And we got Kelly Oubre, Harris, and Embiid, of course. I think that's a pretty good start right there. Melton could come right off the bench. PJ, if he has to come off the bench, maybe get 30 seconds back on the bench, please.
30 seconds.
And, I think we'll have a good little start there, man. I'm looking forward to the season, regardless of Harden. That man's a fraud, or he's beginning to look like a fraud. I kind of lost my trust in Harden, man, for real.
Been a fraud for a long time. Hey, thanks for the call, Steve. Like I said, I think I like Kelly Oubre off the bench, man. But I also don't want P.J. Tucker to be in the starting lineup at least against guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo, just because he's too short, man. And he doesn't give you anything on the offensive end. If we had a couple more guys like Kelly Oubre, that would be very nice, but we don't. Starting Patrick Beverley, I don't think I can go there, man. That's saying, to me, that's saying how down bad we are roster wise if we're contemplating starting Patrick Beverley at point guard. But I know you're saying that because you're saying if we start Kelly Oubre, then who's the spark off the bench, and then you know maybe you have to because you want the Anthony Melton to be the spark off the bench. I don't know the answer, man. I don't know the answer. Broken audio. The audio's breaking up. Mine right now? Oh shit! What do you mean it's breaking up? Oh, that's the stream. Yeah, reload the page. That's YouTube, I guess. Yeah, that's YouTube, I guess. If you refresh, I guess. Anyway, sorry about that, or YouTube should apologize for that. But what else we got, man? There's a 5-minute call. I can't do that one. But thanks for the call. All right, let's hear this one here. Here we go.
Yo, what's up, DJ? It's Denny. And wow, PJ Tucker's back to his old self with a whopping sorry ass 0 points. And I don't know who to trust with the last shot, Bum Simmons or sorry ass PJ Tucker. Other than that, with PJ Tucker doing cardio and building bricks and Embiid turning the ball over, I wasn't really mad about the loss. A question for you is, how would you feel if Nick Nurse would, or if he's gonna, how would you feel if he's gonna keep on starting PJ Tucker? Because I really want to see Kelly Oubre in the main rotation.
Yeah, an ongoing narrative here is that, you know, Kelly Oubre should start and we shouldn't start PJ Tucker. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even really have the answer. Maybe PJ Tucker plays better moving forward. That's a lie. I know I'm lying to myself, man. But if you can't find anybody to contribute more than PJ Tucker does, then yeah, you are in trouble. You are in trouble roster-wise if you are relying on PJ Tucker starting. I don't see it. I don't see it. And I don't think there's an answer right now because Daryl Morey didn't do anything the whole offseason besides sign Kelly Oubre. If he wouldn't have done that, we would have been majorly screwed last night because we got 27 from Oubre. But if the audio's bad, reload the page again, man. Here we go.
Yo, DJ, it's James.
What's up, James?
Yeah. Yo, so I didn't really watch the game tonight. I thought we were going to get blown out, but I mean, yeah, I was working. As soon as I got off work, I catch the last play to Anthony Melton, banking in that 3, making it a 1-point game. But I saw the stats, and I saw the post about PJ Tucker in his shoes, but he's putting up 0 points. With a coach like Nick Nurse, I don't think he's going to let him go out there and run laps all game and do the same BS he was doing last year.
That's a good point, man, because Doc Rivers would see this happen, and he would just continue to let it happen, and he would just, you know, he'd just put him out there the whole. If PJ had 0 points for 12 games in a row, he was still starting the next game. He didn't care. I think that's a good point that maybe Nick Nurse adjusts a little bit more and says, hey, this ain't working. Let's try something else. So we'll see, man.
Banking in that 3, making it a 1-point game. But
we'll see, man. We'll see. A call from Chicago.
Kelly fucking Oubre.
That was it?
Kelly fucking Oubre.
I might download that, to be honest with you. I'm downloading that. I'm downloading that one. I'm putting it on a touchpad, dude. Every time he scores, I'm hitting that John.
Kelly fucking Oubre.
Thanks for that one. There's a 1-second call. I don't know what's up with that. Let's check out this one.
Yo, what up, DJ? Love the content.
What up?
I wasn't able to catch the full game, but what from I saw from the second half, the reffing was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, it was.
There's some questionable calls both ways, but mostly towards the Bucks. It just seemed like they were too attached to that Damian Lillard, Giannis. They're fanboying over those two. But what I was impressed with the Sixers is just how different it is. Despite pump fake PJ and 80-year-old Danny Green, it looks like we actually have some athleticism and talent on this team this year. And I was actually shocked to see how well Tobias Harris shot the ball. He had a clutch 3 down the stretch.
I agree with that too.
It was just interesting to see the Nick Nurse system live in action, and Joel Embiid playing in that system. I don't know, damn near not ISO from the elbow every fucking play.
Except for down the stretch when we were up by 8 with 6 minutes left, he started to ISO from the elbow every play, and that's really what killed us when they went on a 13-2 run. But yeah, it's refreshing, man. There's a lot of things to be excited about. And, number one is it's just a good feeling to kind of feel like things could get better from here. The Sixers fought hard, and just the 3 years under Doc Rivers, it was so uninspiring because there was nothing to really look forward to. We knew he wasn't going to change anything. So anything that was wrong, anything that was going bad, it was like, as a content creator too, it was hard to even talk about because it was like, what? Doc should do this, Doc should do that. And every day I was like, he's not going to. What's the point of us saying this? So at least that's over with. And I think it's refreshing to look forward to a coach that might really experiment and make some adjustments.
What's up, buddy? Love your content. Hey, man, all I want to say is the refs lost the game, and Embiid has to go. He's fat, slow. I'm tired of him moping up and down the court all the time. And Kelly played awesome. And I don't know. We need to get rid of Harden. I'm tired of him with his games going on. I believe this team is a contender. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Oh man, I wish he was live. You believe they're a contender with Embiid, or you said you want to get rid of Embiid, but you believe they're a contender. If they get rid of Embiid, it's rebuild time. They're not, I don't think they're a contender if you get rid of Embiid. I mean, Maxey and Kelly Oubre aren't really going to take you very far. But I want to hear the beginning of this
Buddy,
again.
Love your content. Hey man, all I want to say is the refs lost the game, and Embiid has to go. He's fat, slow. I'm tired of him moping up and down the court all the time. And Kelly played awesome.
Embiid's fat and slow, and I'm tired of him moping up and down the court all the time. I don't disagree with the take. I understand why people think that. I understand why, people get annoyed with watching him year in and year out come into seasons like this. But the same thing happened last year. They called it plantar fasciitis. This year, they're not even going to call it anything because they know it's just what's expected. But, by the end of November, we'll be excited for Joel Embiid. He'll be in MVP form, man. By the end of November, he'll be in MVP form.
Yeah, man. I mean, tough loss, 118, 117. I will say, first game of the year, Embiid didn't play a lot in the preseason, so, you could tell he was rusty. I think the game really changed, though. We had a 1-2, 94 lead. Embiid goes up, runs up the court, shoots a mid-range. He bricks it. His shot wasn't on all night, but he bricks it. They hit the three at another end. They get the ball back. He swings the ball around. Embiid basically hits the ball like volleyball, swats it. Crowder hits a three. I thought the game changed right there. But listen, we put up a good fight.
The game absolutely changed right there, man. That's exactly where the game changed. We were up by 8 with 6 minutes left. Embiid mid-range jumper missed it, didn't play defense on the other end, came back down, tried to volleyball, tapped the ball for some reason, turnover, and one on the other end. They went on a 13-2 run in like 2 minutes. Another Sixers epic collapse. At least it wasn't a game 7. At least it was game 1,
Hey, running back Philly, what's happening, man? Hey, appreciate the show. My observations from the game was one thing: Embiid needs to get his fat ass in shape. That's hurting him right now. But Oubre came out to play. He's an asset. I'm not too mad at Harris, and Maxey's legit, man. He just re-signed that cat.
Yes, sir.
Get him a contract. Well, from what I've seen tonight, they hustle. They look good. But I'm looking forward to a Harden trade to get a player that's going to put them in the same level with the Bucks and the Celtics. We can take.
What player is that?
I'm not too mad at Harris, and Maxey's legit, man. He just re-signed that cat and get him a contract. Well, from what I've seen tonight, they hustle. They look good. I'm looking forward to a Harden trade to get a player that's going to put them in the same level with the Bucks and the Celtics so we can take this thing forward. That's the only thing that's hurting them. Because what they got now, 1 piece here, 2-piece tweak, but the pieces you get from Harden, that's going to be it. That's what I'm looking at. But overall, man, I was impressed. I'm a glass half full guy. So
I like the positivity. I like it. The player you're going to get in a trade, I'm out of answers, I think, if the Bulls continue to implode and fight each other in the locker room, maybe they finally trade Zach LaVine, but, then you're taking on a massive contract of Zach LaVine, but what other choice do you have? You can't say we don't want to take on the money. You got to take a chance at trying to be a championship contender. So that's the only real player that I see being available anytime soon. So hopefully the Bulls keep collapsing and maybe that happens, but I like the positivity. And the narrative of last night's game from the callers is PJ Tucker can't be in the starting lineup. He's old, and Joel Embiid needs to get his fat ass in shape.
Jaden Springer is going to be one of the best defenders in the NBA. I think he's going to make an all-defensive team in the future. Jaden Springer, he already has talent. I think he can be our Marcus Smart in the coming years. And I think
I like that comparison.
He's a very underrated player. And we will put the league on notice this season.
Let's go, man. Thanks for the call, man. Jaden Springer was going to be one of the best defenders in the NBA, and he can be our Marcus Smart. I like that comparison. I don't know about, at 20 years old, that would be very impressive and shocking, honestly, at that young of an age, with really this being the first season that Jaden Springer has gotten any playing time whatsoever. But moving forward, definitely I like that comparison. Jaden Springer is just a dog on the defensive end. And honestly, I said it last night, I'll say it again. I wish he would have had Jaden Springer on the floor at the end of the game to guard Dame, because when Springer came in and was guarding Dame just a couple of times in the first half, he was clamping him. He had him 30 feet away from the basket and couldn't move, and until Dame hooked his arm and flopped and got a call. But I like that comparison, man. I do. Shout out to everybody that called the show. The story is PJ Tucker was a terrible signing. He's washed. He can't shoot. He can't be in the starting lineup. We need another option there. Everybody's very happy with Kelly Oubre, me included. But I also want to say, don't expect 27 points per game from Kelly Oubre every night. There's going to be games where he shoots 1 for 19 and he's going to piss everybody off. So just be prepared for that. I don't think you can rely on Kelly Oubre being a major part of your offense. I think that's where, if I have to take a step back and really look at the situation, there's teams passed on Kelly Oubre. He's on his 5th team. There's a reason he's on his 5th team. You know what I mean? It's not a big 3, Embiid, Maxey, and Oubre. I don't think he's that player. I wish he was. Maybe he proves me wrong. Maybe this is a breakout season for him, and he turns into something like that. But I'm just saying, if you are relying on Kelly Oubre to score 27 points, your roster has some big-time issues that need to be addressed. But, We will see. Did Furcon Furcon didn't even get on the floor, did he? Or is he still hurt? Is he still hurt? Oh no. Who knows, man? Just trade Furcon Korkmaz for a bag of potato chips, man. Anyway, there it is, man. There's the breakdown. Sixers lose. I didn't like what the referees did at the end of the game, but the Sixers and Joel Embiid shot themselves in the foot with that 13-2 run with 6 minutes left. Just another epic collapse, as this team is known to do. Everybody, thanks for coming through, man. Hit the like button, please. Give me 273 likes on the stream. That would be much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel. Turn your notification bell on. Tune in on Playback TV. We're streaming every single Sixers game on there. We broke 100 last night. We need you to make an account, though. You know, we had 106 people signed in. We had 303 people watching. So there's about 200 people were watching that didn't have an account and weren't signed in, and it would be much appreciated if you guys would make an account and sign in, because that's how I get credit for the viewers. So make an account on Playback TV, download the app, and join us. And yeah, we out of here, man.